Oh, heck, sorry, I got distracted there. Hi, my name's Nick Bowman. I'm an associate professor in journalism and creative media industries at Texas Tech University, and I'm giving this video discussion of my Fulbright experience during the spring 2020 at the National Virginia University in Taipei, the Zhengda. And I was very honored to serve as the Wu Jingjie Arts and Culture Fellow for the Fulbright Taiwan. But one of my big tasks was taking my existing research on interactivity as demand. And that is a model that's trying to understand people's perceptions of the cognitive, emotional, and social and physical demands of interactive technology. When I put this headset on, I've got to think through it. I'm going to have emotional reactions. I've got to physically do things to make the screen function and move. And I have to cope with the social actors in that space. And one of the arguments from my research is that as those things increase, there's a bit of a balancing act where we have to figure out which demands are more critical for our tasks than other demands. But what we see on the far left are the pattern of responses for Taiwanese respondents. This was about 1,000 people responded to a translated Mandarin Chinese version of our research. And you see these five kind of clean clusters breaking down. In the middle is the same pattern of results for German participants when we translated the scale to German. And you see these five clusters of cognitive, emotional, social, physical, and then controllers. And this is the original US data with an English language scale. What I'm showing here, and what I'm currently in the process of writing up with my colleagues at Zhengda, is this manuscript and showing that we were able to accomplish a translation of a concept that actually held in another cultural context. Why is that important? US, Germany, Taiwan, all big tech users. And now we've got a metric that doesn't have, that is calibrated to work in all three languages, and we presume all three cultures. And so we can really do some meaningful cross-cultural research. As an instructor at Zhengda, I was grateful that I was able to teach my classes remotely up until the end of the semester. In fact, we only ended our classes a few weeks ago. And we did a lot of this work through a combination of Microsoft OneDrive and Microsoft Teams and Cisco WebEx and leveraging some technologies to make sure that I could speak with my students live twice a week for my two different courses. Many of my graduate courses, because I was teaching in the graduate program at Zhengda, took the form of readings and reflections, and so the students had the opportunity to sort of engage with some of the thought leadership in either media entertainment or the psychology of interactive media. And their task was to read those leading manuscripts ahead of time, come to class with questions, we debate and discuss with each other via live stream, and then they would go back to their rooms and pontificate a bit more and eventually generate research ideas. And so I really wanted them to understand the connection between scholarship and research and practice. So their research ideas were meant to be something that could be done to demonstrate empirically an effect from media psychology or interactive media that could be relevant for the world around them. One of the goals of the courses not only was to get students thinking about research and maybe understanding the research process a little better, improving their science literacy, but I'm hoping that a few of these students will go on and conduct some of the research. And so I'm looking forward to staying in touch. I've already had meetings with several students about either doing projects for a thesis or doing them for a dissertation, or maybe just doing internships, and in some cases, maybe even coming to Texas to do some of the work here and continuing the academic exchange. And so I'm really appreciating that.